Hi, welcome back. We've had a lot of requests since we did our chicken marinate video to show how we actually pre-cook our chicken. So today we're going to show you how to pre-cook chicken for your curry, and this principle that we use here applies to lamb. We use the same with lamb, except we just extend the cooking time. We'll give you all of that a bit later on. So what we've got here, just to show you, we've got just a small amount, just for this video, of chicken breast that's been marinating. Now if you want to know what we marinate it in, how we do that, just go back and look at our other video. But that's marinated chicken, that's been marinating overnight, but 4 hours will do. Now just an important tip here for you, if you've ever struggled to get chicken nice and tender, it all seems to come out a little bit tough. Part of the problem, apart from the quality of the chicken that you buy, could be the fact that you're cooking it from cold. It's very important that when you cook meat, any meat, lamb or chicken, that you cook it from room temperature. Never take it straight out of the fridge and into the pan, because the meat is cold and it will end up tough if you do that. So that's just a tip, a very handy tip. Get your chicken out a couple of hours before you're going to cook it and keep it at room temperature. It will be fine for just a couple of hours, just so that it's not cold when it goes in the pan. So that's our chicken. That's been marinating there. So what we've got is we've got a pan of our seasoned oil. So we've got about 3 or 4 breasts there. This is about enough for 6 portions of curry. We've got half a ladle of seasoned oil just warming in the pan. And these are the spices we use in our pre-cook. What we've got here in our tray is we've got some cinnamon bark, we've got 1 star anise, we've got 1 teaspoonful of cumin seeds, we've got 2 black cardamom, and we've got 6 green cardamom, and we've got 2 cloves. Now it's important when you put your cardamom, black and green, into the pan that you break the husks open. We do that with the back of a knife, just so that the seeds inside, where the flavour comes from, can infuse in the oil. So that's just a tip as well. So come over to your oil, it's been heating on the pan. Put your spices in. And just cook them just for half a minute. They start to sizzle in there. By doing that, the spices will infuse the oil. Now what I've got here is half a chopped, well, it's less than half a chopped onion here. It's probably about 1/4 of a chopped onion. This is just for our smaller amount. And you want to put that in once you've got your spices have infused the oil. So put the onion in. You just want to cook that onion till it goes soft, a couple of minutes. So we'll come back in a couple of minutes once the onion's softened a bit. Okay, so that's been cooking for a couple of minutes and our onions have softened somewhat there with our spices. Right, what we do now, you want to take the quantity of your base gravy here. Here we'll just put 2 ladles in for this quantity of chicken that we're cooking. You want to add to this half a chef's spoon of mixed powder, and then we just want half a tablespoon of garam masala. So get that on a nice rolling simmer. Then we want to add in some water. About 300 to 500 millilitres of water. And then our chicken. Give that a stir. Now as you see, if the camera just pops into there, you see that the liquid is just covering your chicken. You don't want too much liquid in there because it'll dilute some of your flavours and spices. You just want enough liquid to cover your chicken, and what we want to do now is bring that to a simmer. Once it's got a simmer on it, you then want to put a lid on this pan, and you want to simmer it for between 25 minutes and 35 minutes. It depends really on the quantity of chicken that you're cooking, but I'd say about, for this amount, 25 to 35 minutes on a simmer with the pan covered, and then just check your chicken that it's cooked. Now we'll show you what that looks like once it's been cooked. So we've cooked our chicken. Once you've cooked your chicken, then you want to drain away all the liquid. If it's got a lot of content on there, because of the yogurt and all the rest of it, you can just pour a bit of hot water over the chicken just to rinse it a little bit. That's what we do here. And then what you're left with is something like this. This is your pre-cooked marinated chicken, and these pieces of chicken can go in any curry that you want to make now, and you can just keep that in the fridge and use it as you need it. So if you've got guests coming around, you want to make a few curries, you get your pre-cooked chicken already done and in the fridge, and then just bring it out when you're making your curries. It's that simple. Now the difference with the lamb, you do exactly the same process with the lamb that we do with the chicken. The only difference with the lamb is we cook that on a very low light. We cook it for 2 hours here. And the reason we do that is because with lamb it can sometimes be a little bit tough depending on the lamb. So we cook it for 2 hours on a very low light. And then after that we just test it, make sure that it's nice and tender. Generally after 2 hours cooking on a very low light, it comes out really tender. You want to save the liquid with your lamb and a little bit with the chicken here, because you can add that to your stock a bit later, and you can add a little bit of stock into your curries, but particularly with the lamb it's very important. So hope that helps. Follow us on our next video and we'll give you some more top tips and recipes for great curry. Thanks for watching.